OrigamiCore is a framework on Node.js that provides developers with its unique structure to easily and quickly build a scalable system. How does OrigamiCore work? Projects built on Origami consist of independent modules that are either pre-existing or developed by the developer and injected into the system, which is then managed by Origami. Each module includes a domain for identification, several services, and a configuration. Each module can work independently or use other modules as well. Suppose that we inject a module with domain A into Origami. The framework creates an instance of it and manages it. If we also inject module B, Origami establishes the communication between the modules. Now, if we inject 3 more modules with the names C, D, and E, Origami would establish the communication between them in a similar way using its management system. If we want to call a service of module A from module E, the request is checked by Origami and then sent to A. After executing the service, the information is returned to module E. Let's provide a simple example. Let's say we want to create a communication system where a user sends a message to the server, and it is stored and can be read by the admin. First, we add a pre-existing module with the endpoint, which is responsible for receiving data from outside the system and executing it inside the system. We also add the pre-existing Mongo module, which is responsible for storing and retrieving data on Mongo. Then, a developer creates a module called API that includes 2 services. The first service stores the message, and the second service retrieves the messages. First, the user sends their request to the server, which includes the domain, service, and message. The endpoint module finds it and sends it to the API module. The API module sends the message to the Mongo module, which stores it and returns the result hierarchically back to the user. The admin can also receive the information from the server in a similar way. Origami has a feature that we are still working on it, which allows us to use a module system provided by Origami to create multiple instances of a module that can work simultaneously. This creates a multi-threaded-like state, similar to running multiple threads of execution simultaneously. For example, if we divide the endpoint module into 3 different instances, a user's request will be directed to one of the instances, and that instance will continue to handle the request, regardless of which instance it is. Additionally, we can simultaneously send another request to another module, and all of these instances can continue their work simultaneously, creating a multi-threaded-like environment. In Origami, a module is a self-contained unit of functionality that can be reused across different parts of a project. By dividing a module into multiple instances, we can create a multi-threaded-like environment that allows multiple requests to be processed simultaneously, improving the overall performance and scalability of the application. One of the other features that Origami provides is the ability to use it and the modules written in it in a distributed manner. This means that we can transfer any module we want to another server, while keeping the communication between the modules intact. This feature allows us to implement larger and more complex systems using Origami and provide better scalability for our systems using its distributed capabilities. With this feature, we can load different modules from different servers and use them as different parts of our system. For example, we can place a module on one server and then use it in our system. This feature allows us to manage different modules on different servers and distribute them across our system.